Hello everyone, my name is Anita Sen, your science teacher from Shri Rama Bharti Public School. Today, I will explain few topics from the chapter Climate and Adaptation. Now, when we talk about climate, first we should know about weather. What is weather? Weather is the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere. What is weather? It is day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place, which is related to the temperature of that place, of humidity, rainfall, wind speed. So, weather plays an important role in our lives. Even the clothes that we wear, it reflects the weather. Like the cotton clothes, always we wear when there is hot summer, and we wear woolen clothes when there is, it reflects that now the winter season, the winter is there. Next is climate. Now, what is climate? Climate is the average weather pattern that prevails over a long period of time in a place. That is climate. The average weather pattern that prevails over a long period of time. That is known as a climate of a place. For example, if people say the Thar Desert is said to have a hot climate because its weather has been extremely hot for many years. That's why the climate is hot. Now, the factors which affect our climate are latitude, altitude, distance from the sea, and direction of winds. Now, if we will say weather, it can vary from day to day, even from hour to hour, right? But the climate, it does not vary for a short period of time. It remains constant for several years. Like we have discussed the example of Thar Desert. Now, same with the Himalayan region. It is said a cold climate because this weather has been extremely cold for centuries. Then come the weather reports. Daily, the weather reports are there. The weather reports are collected for a long period, say for 25 years, which predict the climate of a place. If we find the temperature of a particular place is high most of the time, then we will say the climate of that place is hot. But if the temperature of a place is high along with the heavy rainfall, so what we will say, the climate of that place is hot and wet. Now we will discuss few factors which affect the weather of a place. The first is temperature. We all know temperature. It measures the heat content of the temperature of the atmosphere of a place. When you wake up in the morning, you have noticed at that time the temperature is pleasant. But during summer also I'm talking for. But as the day advances, you feel that air becomes warmer. This happens because when the sun rays warm up the earth along with the rocks, soil and water which is present on the earth. Now temperature, we all know it can be measured by using a thermometer. But for measuring the temperature for maximum and minimum temperature of the day, we use maximum minimum thermometer. Second factor is humidity, means the amount which is present. Which amount? The water vapor, the amount of water vapor which is present in the air. That is known as the humidity level of that atmosphere. And a hygrometer. The hygrometer is used to measure the humidity in percentage. So we use to measure humidity, that is by hygrometer. Now the rainfall. Rainfall also is a play an important role as a factor because when the temperature of the air falls, the water vapor present in it condenses to form tiny droplets of water which forms cloud, and later on when the clouds become heavy, they fall down as a rain, and the rain is always measured by a rain gauge, and here the rainfall is always measured in millimeter. Now during winter the temperature falls after sunset. Water vapor condenses near the ground and looks hazy to the eyes. This is known as fog. Now, the few factors that affect the climate of the earth. First thing is the distance from the sun. The farther how much distance is there, it is a main cause which tells the climate of the earth. Now, as the earth revolves around the sun, we all know at the time the one hemisphere is closer to the sun at the time. So when the north pole is towards the sun, it is warmer than the south pole, and it's vice versa. Now, for the next, we know tilt. The earth is always still in its axis, and it is inclined at an angle of 23.5 degree. This causes the north hemisphere to receive maximum direct sunlight. So it gets more hours of daylight in June than in December, so that it receives lesser direct sunlight and lesser hours of daylight in December. So this causes different seasons in a year. That is the main cause. And if we will talk the seasons, when the seasons are reversed in the southern hemisphere, the north pole is tilted away from the sun. The south pole is tilted towards it. As a result, it is summer in the southern hemisphere, and if the earth did not have a tilt, then therefore there would be no seasons. The day and night would be same length all through the year. So what does it mean? The amount of solar energy reaching any given location on earth would also be constant to the year. Now, the sunrise and sunset. The sunrise and sunset. We all know as the earth revolves on its axis. So, always once a day, it gives the appearance of sunrise or sunset. Simply, as the earth revolves on its axis, once a day, it gives the appearance of sunrise or sunset. So, this is not only a major cause of changing seasons, but also a great impact on the time of sunrise and sunset, because the axis of the earth is tilted about 23.5 degree to its orbit. So each day of the year, without causing a difference, the time of sunrise and sunset, it would receive the same amount of sunlight. Okay, so that is all about for today. So it's time to say goodbye. Have a nice day.